Hi everyone, it's Tayla here with another video. I hope you guys had a wonderful weekend. Unfortunately, I did not. I did not have a great weekend at all. It sucked. As you can tell from the title name, I went to jail for the second week in a row, and I'm here to talk about what happened. Anyways, so I go up to the area where you turn yourself in. They tell me to wait, and I waited for about 45 minutes. They had a female guard come up and grab me and took me up to the front area, where they began to search me, and they did use women as I requested to search me, and they took my picture and just asked how I was doing. They were pretty nice at this point. Then they took me to the holding pods, which was strange because they didn't take me to the one that they normally took me to before. They took me to a pod where normally they store women in, but there was nobody else in there. Anyways, so I took a whole bunch of sleep pills before I went in, and so I was tired, and I laid down, went to bed, probably for about an hour or two, and woke up because somebody was being placed into my cell. And I was like, wait a second, I usually am left alone. Who could possibly be putting, who could they possibly be putting in my cell as well? I look up and it's another woman. So I'm like, okay, this is strange, but I was like, whatever. So I lay down and I went back to sleep. And the woman looked at me as well, and she didn't care. She just went to the other side of the bed. She went to sleep herself. Well, after I went to, after that, I was asleep for about 30, 45 minutes, and then a guard comes up, and I think they noticed that they put a woman in with me, and they were like, oh, shoot, we can't do that. So they took me out of that cell, and they put me into another cell by myself. And I stayed in that cell for about a total of 12 hours or so, with a total of 14 hours being there. I had a 48-hour commitment. Anyways, I stayed there for about 14 hours of concrete, which sucks, laying there and all that crap. Anyways, after that, this lady came up to me and told me that they wanted to transfer me to transfer to wherever I was going, and I was like, okay, cool, perfect. But are you transferring to med bay, or are you med pods, or are you transferring me to the normal pods? And I told them I don't care if I'm getting transferred to the bell pods or the women's pods. I don't want to be by myself anymore. And she said that she was going to be transferred to the medical pod, and I'm like, and then I didn't say anything else. I just told her, can I see your sergeant? And normally, if you tell somebody that you want to see their sergeant, they have to do that fairly immediately, or try to do it as fast as possible. Well, they left me in there. Mind you, they told me they were about to transfer me, but just for the simple fact that I asked for a sergeant, they didn't come back for another 7 hours. So I waited and slept on concrete for another 7 hours, which came out to be about 24 hours total at this point. And then they came to get me. They came and got me, and these two men started taking me to the shower area, and they were like, okay, we're about to strip search you. And I was like, no, you're not. I was like, I don't want another man in here to watch me while I'm naked. That's harassment, and I won't accept it. And they said, okay, fine. So they went and got a woman to do the search and to strip you in the shower area or whatever. And so I go in there, we start to strip, and then we get to the bra part, and I said I kind of need my bra, and I didn't have a wire in it or anything, and I asked them if I could keep it, and they said, let me ask my sergeant. So she left. She came back. Not only did she come back with an answer, came back without an answer, but she came with the sergeant, which was a male, while I was pretty much naked, sitting there on the bench, and he was just staring at me, talking about, yeah, sure, you can keep your bra. I'm like, why is this a necessity for you to come in here and see me naked? I requested while being in here not to be seen by any man, because I personally consider that harassment, to see me naked. And, I didn't say anything because I was just shooken up that they would even do that in the first place. And so I just like, okay, cool, whatever. And then they took me up to, they didn't take me to the med pod. They didn't, which was a surprise. They took me to a normal pod with, I mean, it was kind of normal. I had my own room, my own bathroom, and they lock you down at 10. And whenever they do lock you down, you have to go to your room and you can't get out. But they had the TV. You can interact with men, or you can interact with anyone you want, or whatever. It wasn't isolation. And so I go up there and I do that. And I've been in jail before, and I've been doing this for a while. I'm not shy about it. I'm not afraid about it. I can interact just fine, especially now with the way that I am. And so I went out and I talked to people, and everybody was cool. I got hit on by 8 guys at the very least that straight up came up to me and hit on me. And then I got looks from many more. Obviously, I'm not really looking for a jail boyfriend. But it was cool. I mean, it's not a bad experience at all as far as the inmate situation goes. Made time pass by a lot faster, and the extrovert I am, I talked a lot. I found some friend that I talked about with Star Wars because I'm a huge Star Wars fan. Love Star Wars. Anyways, not that bad of an experience. But the harassment part and the fact that they left me there after I asked for a sergeant for 7 hours, those are the only 2 complaints that I really have about going to jail. I'm not going to file a grievance. I know I'm going to have to serve a little bit more time because of this driving situation and the infractions that I've made. But I'll do another video later down the road whenever I do that and tell you how it goes. But that's the main reason. I don't really feel like upsetting people at the jailhouse to a point where they make my experience a nightmare if and when I do go back in. Anyways, that was my jail experience. I hope that everyone has a wonderful rest of the week, and I hope you enjoyed my videos. Look out for the part 1 of the first week of me going to jail, because it was a bit of a different experience. It usually is different every time I go in. Anyways, that was it. Bye. Love you.